Papaya smoothie. Okay, Nigel.
We're live or what? Can you see us yet?
I just keep getting error. Have to retry. Nothing. So this video has been removed by the uploader.
It's not pretty well.
That's what
It's a one fresh and I'm
Oh, I think we are live. Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We're just sitting here talking and shit. Alright, folks, so, minor technical difficulties. We're back. We're live. So, moving on from our animal talk. Well, just quick recap. I'm taking out a bear. He's getting his ass whipped by a giraffe. Jose went soft. Or, well, Jesus went soft with a sloth. Jose went respectable with a wolf. So, that's decent. Veronica said it'd be shit because she picked a hyena.
Yeah, I guess
Not
supposedly she's got a hyena,
she's been thinking about it.
but she's scared of Harley. I don't know how that's going to work out.
It's a mutual respect, dude.
All of a sudden.
But I think we were gonna hop into UFC, right?
So we're gonna hop into UFC 251. So that fight wasn't really doing nothing. So next fight up on the card was Peter Yan, Jose Aldo.
Well, that's going to be a good fight.
That's gonna be a good fight. I predict Yan's gonna end it with a knockout.
I think Aldo. I thought Aldo was gonna do it.
I don't know another guy, so we'll go all down to it.
Yan's a savage.
What is it? What's the full name?
Peter Yan.
Shouts out to my camp, Scorpion Kennels.
Miami Heat, Miami Vice Edition.
We ain't talking about that.
Cincinnati Red, California.
That's Cincinnati.
It's fine, but
That's Ohio.
everybody knows what it represents.
He's back on the Baker Mayfield bandwagon.
So,
It's Cleveland.
what's the next fight?
Next fight up, Volkanovski versus Holloway. Holloway. Matt Blessed. I'm taking Holloway in the rematch.
I think so too.
Was
it
it
a rematch?
It was a rematch. It
What
was
happened
a
in the last
good ass fight. Went 5 rounds, straight war.
Obviously, Holloway lost.
Yeah, Holloway lost.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Holloway, man.
It was a close fight though. I think Volkanovski did win the first fight. I do think Holloway's gonna pull it off this time.
He's a solid fighter, dude.
He's fucking savage, bro.
Yeah.
Look at him there, just bite down, throw hands. Jesus.
I'm right there with you. Yep.
Right. Brian, that leads us to our main event of the evening. Kamaru Marty Usman. Jorge Gangbred Masvidal.
Masvidal.
I'm gonna go- I'm gonna
Knockout.
go with Masvidal, man. But it's a hard one. That's gonna be a good fight.
It's going to be a crazy ass fight. I think I want Masvidal to win. I think he's going to. I think it's going to be a dog fight. I'm hoping that it's not just another Ben Askren fucking 3-second put his ass to sleep with a jumping knee.
The knee, dude.
Dude, that
that
would
thing
be-
is so crazy.
I'd like to see it.
Oh my god.
I would like to see it maybe like 3rd round.
Yeah, that's what I
That
said.
knee was
Yeah.
just savage.
I did do that. It's not gonna be at the beginning. If he tries to do it at the beginning, he's gonna get knocked out. Because that's what we've been seeing, the same thing we've all been seeing played over and over again when it fucking comes right after game. That's fine.
But Usman's also a wrestler.
Mhm.
So Askren was a wrestler. So you potentially have the exact same situation as you had last time. If he comes out running and he's gonna shoot, he's gonna jump, he's gonna eat a knee.
That's all she wrote.
That was so crazy. Well, I go watch it all the time. Just bam. Oh.
I've been watching different like Masvidal highlights.
Yeah.
Dude, that knockout of Darren Till, that Ben Askren one, just. When he fought Cowboy, I think it was a decent stoppage, but
I think
it went a little longer.
that him and Diaz when they fought, dude, that was a good fight. It was kind of shitty the way they called it.
feel it.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, he was busting him up, but he was still functionable.
but at the same time, like, unless Diaz got a knockout, he wasn't winning that fight. Which is always possible with Diaz. I mean, he could have tapped him, but Masvidal was winning that fight hands down,
Yeah.
easily. Easily.
I don't know.
He had
You
one
don't think
round.
so?
He had 1 round.
I didn't see it.
Paige Van Zandt's fighting too.
Oh, Van Zandt's fighting right before
first
this
fight back since I think her broken arm or whatever she
Like her broken arm for like the 8th time.
Yeah, she's been out for a good minute.
Dude, I feel bad. Cause she's fucking bad. Like,
Yeah,
she gets in there and throws down.
yeah.
Fucking,
I'd like to see her win.
So
man.
is it safe to say that Cain Velasquez is during that fight?
he's in
Wrestler
WWE
now,
now.
dude. Yeah.
No
Fuck
way.
have you been? You too?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Not watching wrestling. obviously.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's back in
So
wrestling.
he's never
man.
coming back. Back in wrestling? I didn't know he.
Well, he
Yeah,
wrestled. He's a college
wrestler.
wrestler.
So he's done.
Pretty much.
The next greatest of all time.
Well, I think fucking that last fight he had got him
Some
when he
shit.
fucked up his knee and he got knocked out
Yeah,
because of that.
He actually, so he came back to wrestle for a little bit. He had one wrestling match against Brock Lesnar, and that was it. He had to fucking get some kind of surgery, I'm assuming on his knee. But who knows, man?
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
What do you think about John Jones? Do you think he'll ever come back?
I think John Jones comes back to fight at heavyweight. I think he only does it if DC beats Stipe. I don't want to see it again. Like I've never been a fan of John Jones.
Oh, really?
I've just never been a fan.
Such a beast, though, dude.
I mean,
oh my god.
I'd give it up. He's the greatest of all time.
If he could just lay off the partying.
I mean, let him do his thing.
I know, man. I mean,
I
he
just-
just gets in all kinds of trouble.
And that's a fucked up thing. Like, I don't have a reason not to like John Jones. I've just never been a fan.
Yeah, he's a beast.
You guys done seeing Mr. George St. Pierre in the octagon? Think he's got another fight to come back?
I mean, he can come back.
I don't think he won his last fight. I think St. Pierre is fucking.
Come on, GSP.
Yeah. I think St. Pierre's been getting fucking bullshit calls for the past few fights that he had. Going all the way back to that Johnny Hendricks title fight. I think Johnny Hendricks put the fucking brakes on him.
He was the best.
Robert Clark.
Ah, why so serious?
Robert Clark, man. What's going on, dude?
Fucking Knight Rider Soda Pop
We
himself.
we were just talking
Van
about you.
Halen, man.
We were just talking about you last show, man.
Yeah, we were. He said we gotta get Steve's cousin on here.
But
To
you got
prove us
if you want to
right.
come on, you're gonna have to wear that fucking Rick Fox jersey.
You have to wear it, and you have to tell the truth about how, for one, you beat Esteban every game of basketball you guys play.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Does he not? Does he not?
Yeah.
You guys are
Way,
fucking high.
Bro, those TikToks you sent me,
Yeah.
that is definitely him and fucking Mr. Clark.
You're crazy, dude.
Drizzy knows this
I've
shit.
never seen it.
Well, I know
Bobby-
my whole life,
Bobby knows that's
beats
true.
me every time.
Bobby, please leave a comment down below. Let us know
The
how
thing
many
with Bobby
times.
is, say we play FIFA. I will beat
Yeah,
I will beat him 375 times. But those 125, he'll talk a lot of shit. And
I'm not believing
same thing with
that.
You don't
Matt.
have that jersey no more, Bobby Clark? Man, yeah.
Bob, we'll get you a new one. Just so it'll be from Esteban again.
We'll drag it through the dirt a little bit so it looks like you had it for a while.
That just goes to prove that I didn't even like the jersey because I gave it to Bobby.
Because he's your family.
He's your cousin.
You do things for your family. Bro, what is...
I gave him that just because I was a Rick Fox fan. I wasn't a Lakers fan.
You were definitely a Lakers fan. You were fucking...
Oh man.
Okay, alright.
Big time quit.
So,
I wasn't a Lakers fan like you and Jose are a Kings fan.
it wasn't a Kings
I was a Kings
We're a
fan.
Kings
I was a Kings fan.
I I
I'm
rooted
always-
for the Kings against the Lakers because I didn't like the Lakers.
You had a jersey.
No, I didn't.
You had.
I'm always a Kings fan, dude.
I have.
And
Actually, I
I
did
have
have
favorite
it.
players.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a fucking jersey that I'm like, oh, it's my favorite player.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for proving my point. Gracias.
But you walked around saying that you were a Laker.
Bobby says, Simon.
No, I did
Simon.
not. That was
You
that was
absolutely did.
Donald Trump
Okay.
argument I've ever heard.
Okay. To put this argument, okay? That jersey was bought for me. You won a jersey and you
I said
chose.
Kobe Bryant.
You chose. It's a Laker jersey.
Bobby.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant.
If you were a Bulls fan, you would have said, "I want a Bulls jersey," regardless of who's on the team.
They bought you the
Kobe-
jersey you picked.
Michael Jordan was not. Yeah. Michael Jordan was not playing at the time. I wanted a Kobe Bryant jersey. Why? Because I was seeing Kobe Bryant whoop the King's ass every fucking series.
And you were like, "I'm a Laker fan."
No, I'm a Kobe Bryant fan. I've been a Kobe Bryant fan the whole time. That's the difference.
I mean, yes.
Who's my
I'm
baby?
A former Miami Heat.
But who is he? Never heard of him.
He
You know
was-
Kobe Bryant.
He was the guy
You
that
know Kobe Bryant.
He was the guy that would have went to the fucking championship if the ref wasn't fucking.
If the
You
Kings were
know,
better,
isn't there
if
like
the
a whole
Kings-
documentary on this?
it doesn't change the fact.
It changes
It doesn't
all the
change
facts.
fact.
They paid the refs. He was fucking taking side bets.
Still play
Donahue,
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He did, yeah. But he could,
Yeah,
he
he
could
could
have
have
played
games, but it's fine.
He didn't throw games.
He absolutely.
He gave
That's
them.
isn't
He
that
gave
the
them. No, he gave them opportunities.
That's the same thing as throwing.
Not really.
Easy, Trump. Oh, you're hanging out with your Theo too much. Hey, can we just say that fucking Photoshop picture today? That shit had me rolling so
Like
hard.
I said, why you even photoshopping my face? Hit me up. I would have took this. I got back from the disc golf course and I was sitting outside smoking a cigarette and I was just like, oh, I'm so fat. And I looked exactly like that picture.
Oh, fuck, that shit was funny as
Oh, that shit. I was laughing so hard.
Well, since we're talking about sports, I know this is a topic that probably everybody wants to talk about. I'm sure all of us do. But,
Not really.
The big deal, Patrick Mahomes, highest paid athlete in United States sports,
Well,
or is it sports around the world?
Sports history.
Sports history,
Look,
right?
look
in the
me
world.
now. See this face?
Yeah.
That's unimpressed.
fuck. I
Unimpressed.
don't
By,
like- I
by
don't
the
like
deal
the
or
move.
by Mahomes?
I like the movie.
By the Chiefs.
No,
It's
we're
a
talking about
fucking-
Mahomes.
It's a smart deal for Mahomes to sign it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
signing with
yeah,
the no trade clause.
Yeah,
But
no
it's,
trade clause.
it's an absolutely terrible, stupid idea for the Chiefs.
Why?
Exactly.
If it is, then
What?
you should be happy.
What happes every time a player signs a big ass
Some
contract?
do, yeah, they don't have money for the players,
No.
or that player plays
That player it turns into absolute trash.
Like Derek Carr.
Watch your mouth. How
Damn.
dare you?
Derek Carr is fucking trash.
He broke his fucking leg. Dude.
He's okay. That was
Trust
fucking
me.
2 years ago. He's still trash. What's the fucking
He's
excuse
in
now?
fucking top 5 all
Yeah,
fucking.
just wait till this year.
percentages.
Hey, this year you're gonna be fucking sucking Derek Carr's dick.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. Just like you're
Sorry
gonna
for
have,
my language, everybody.
Not.
you're gonna be riding cars fucking nuts. Just like you're gonna be back on the Braun bandwagon as soon as the goddamn basketball starts.
Yeah.
No, I
The next team he chooses.
No, I won't.
Coward.
What'd you call him last week?
Anybody who goes
What'd you call him last week? Because it was perfect.
Brown sexual.
Yeah,
anybody that goes to the fucking
I see
Lakers,
that one.
I'm not a fan of him, dude. I
Yeah, because he was
absolutely
Dwight
fucking hate the
Howard and that.
Yeah, he was.
LeBron, and they all went to the Lakers.
Lakers. And I don't like any of them.
Walking around with a Cleveland jersey.
I did rock.
Yeah.
I rocked the Cleveland jersey. I have fucking
Orlando jersey.
I still have the
Dwight
Cleveland
Howard.
jersey. I still have both Miami jerseys.
See?
The Dwight Howard jersey, the black and white one. Dwight Howard jersey. When I went to Kansas, and I fucking lost it. I don't know where the fuck it went. But that was before he went to fucking LA.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck the Lakers.
Bro, that's your team.
Lakers are not my fucking.
It is now because Braun's
No,
there.
they're not.
You pretty much have to follow him. You pretty much have, and,
No.
and I get what you're saying because you're a Kings fan. You used to be a Kings fan. Because you can't root for the Lakers.
He
That's
couldn't
fine, and that's
root
fine.
for
But why
And
is
that's
this? Why
fine.
don't
I
you
don't,
like the
I
Lakers?
don't like the Lakers. Dude.
But why?
It goes back to the old fucking Lakers.
What
Kings
happened?
rivalry.
Oh,
Because you're a Kings fan.
He's a Kings
Yeah.
fan. Okay.
I'm a Kings
Roscoe
fan.
Nesterovich.
But I have players that I like and players that I enjoy watching. You know, I enjoy watching Dwayne. You know, Carmelo
You're
Anthony.
tired. He's not even on the team.
He's in
Oh,
fucking
he's
Portland.
Portland. With Dame Dollar. Excuse me, you
Who?
guys don't understand who
Yeah.
Damian Lillard is.
That's so funny when me and Jose Bogus went, oh yeah, we got to chat about
Yeah, after he
Dame
fucking
Dollar.
said
What the
it.
fuck?
He's a fucking rap. This is rap
You
name.
know about Luau Dang?
Go out there.
Fuck that
The only fucking Laker player that I fuck with,
fool. Kwame Brown.
Mark Madison.
Oh, here he goes.
Vladdy though. Vladdy and Doug
Love that
Christie, they came from LA. Came from the Lakers.
Yeah, Mark Madison.
That was in the past.
That's Jose's favorite player.
Luke Walton was dope too.
Or was that redhead? He used to say too.
Which one?
I guess Mark Madison's kind of a redhead.
What about fucking Scalabrini?
But back to fucking Patrick Mahomes. Yes,
All right.
that's just what. So why do you think it's a good deal? Why do you think it's not a good deal?
Well, like I
Obviously, a good
said,
deal for Patrick Mahomes. Period. Point blank. Nobody can deny that. But do you think it's worth it? Do you think the Chiefs paid too much? Are they going to get into trouble later on trying to pay other players? What's
Okay.
going to happen?
so the way they keep saying they worked it out, they're going to be able to build around him in the future. Bro, in fucking, 3 years, it becomes like 40, 50 million a year, his contract? Insane.
What are they gonna do with the fucking receivers?
Exactly, they're not going to be able to pay him. Because by then,
How
all
long-
their rookie contracts
How long
are
until all
coming
those
up
receivers are gonna start wanting more money?
2 years.
this year?
You know what I mean? Then what are you gonna do? You're gonna have a badass quarterback, but you ain't got nobody to fucking throw the ball to.
But think about it. So Mahomes, yeah, he had a breakout, what they consider his rookie year.
He's an animal.
He's not that great. He's really not that great. So, the way I see
He
it,
used to rock cheap jerseys too back in the day. What'd you have,
Priest
Dante
Holmes?
Hall?
No,
Or
Priest
Priest
Holmes.
Holmes?
and a Jeff Garcia jersey.
Yeah, you did.
Niner fan.
Hey.
Fucking Niner fan. Let's not get into that
Like I
one.
said, I,
Oh man. Hey, I think you
Yeah, I
look
just-
close to a picture of you
yeah,
and
I just-
oh,
yeah.
jersey.
Charger fans?
I just like certain players, like you said, you know what I mean? I had a Ray
Yes.
Lewis, I had a brand new Ray Lewis jersey hanging in my closet for over a year.
See, but that's
Until a Ravens fan came over and I was like, hey, you want to buy a Ray Lewis jersey? He bought it.
But it's different though. Ray Lewis is a different type
but
man.
that's the thing though
Priest
is
Holmes was a different kind of helmet.
is to me
Like a year, 3 years.
to me
And I had
football
a hat, but it said KC, and I used to do it for Killer Cali.
to me football is different though when it comes to that shit.
It's got to be one team only.
Basketball, you know, everybody wears basketball shit.
Miami.
It's the exact same thing.
No, it's not.
If we're rocking baseball, we're only going Boston.
Who even watches
Right,
baseball?
yeah. Nobody.
Real Americans.
Good.
But anyways, yeah, back to Patrick Mahomes. We keep getting off subject. Patrick Mahomes is absolute trash. You,
I don't want to say he's absolute trash.
bro, you go from 50 touchdowns to 26, and then you get $400 million.
Non-fat guy.
Okay, I'll take that. But the proof is in the pudding.
Like paperwork?
If he went from 26 touchdowns to 50 touchdowns,
That's good.
he's inclined. That shit's going up. Patrick Mahomes played like absolute shit in the Super Bowl. He was not the MVP.
Until the end.
No, the running back was. Was that
Yeah.
Richardson or whatever the fuck his name is? At the end, at the beginning, at the middle, the only reason they had a chance to come back was because of that running back. Patrick Mahomes, as a Niner fan, you should be able to see
I
that.
can't even remember if that's even true.
I don't like to think of that day.
I think
I fucking love it.
I think you're talking about because didn't the running back run like a 60-something yard?
Yeah,
at the
brought
end?
him back.
They already came back. That was just.
They only won by 11.
Yeah.
So
They
they
took
would have
the
only
lead.
been up by 1.
They took the lead, and they could have ran the clock down regardless, and then he busted loose.
There was
So that
still
was
time.
that was just garbage time.
But that was
in
the
reality.
second one.
Yeah, but the second one was
All right.
a screen pass, and then he ran it in.
So go back and watch the game.
I have.
No.
They were actually playing on
Watches it every day,
ESPN.
dude.
No, they
What
were
else we
playing
got
it
to do
late
right now?
night during the lockdown. They played it late night on ESPN. Me and Brady watched like
During the what?
lockdown.
What was that?
COVID?
COVID lockdown.
I wouldn't know. I
You know what?
I still had to go to work.
Hey, that's something I don't understand.
Essentials were still having to go to work.
Essentials,
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
ass.
Hey, that's something
You were
I don't
essential
understand.
When it comes
I
down
wasn't essential
to
at that
and this is
time.
what I've been seeing, and I believe it, is that the people that continue to really believe if Corona's real or not like that, the people that kept their employees running and couldn't shut down for a little while to just, take care of your employees, they just don't care about you.
They only worry about money,
They
really.
didn't pay you guys more. You guys
Absolutely.
didn't get no bonus, and I'll say that. I'll admit
Absolutely.
that because I was
Yeah.
sitting at home balling.
Well,
But it's it.
well,
You
right.
guys should have got something, but at the same time, they should have shut down. And
Well, that's the thing is-
nobody needs truckers.
You know,
That's no disrespect to your job or anything like that.
You know, I want
Nobody needs railroads.
Uh.
For 2 months, you guys can't build
I
railroads.
want to say something, dude. So when we were on the lockdown, I don't understand. So you were in lockdown too. Every time I called you to see what you were doing, you were never home.
Yeah.
So you weren't locking
No,
down.
I
Yeah,
wasn't.
so-
So, like I
so
said,
what?
I'm not saying that I agree with everything. I'm just saying that I'm glad that I was at home while I had control. You guys should have either been doing that or they should have gave me more money. I agree with that. But to make it seem like
I was out
we,
there trying to build America.
yeah, but other than that, to
I was
make it
building
seem like we were
America.
lazy or
Yeah.
whatever,
Making America great.
or not essential. I don't think they should use that word, non-essential.
We're not essential.
You weren't essential.
Nothing's essential
I'm essential.
except for air, water, gas. What else? What
Who's
else?
gonna bring you water?
How are you gonna get gas from point A to point B?
You shouldn't even be going to point A to point B because you should be on lockdown.
You were on lockdown.
I wasn't personally, no. Let's make this call. But once the disc golf course closed, I was on lockdown. There was nothing else to do. And that's the point. You know what
That's
I
an
mean?
absolutely terrible
But
point.
no, you guys should have got something. I think about the gas station workers. They're there, and there's hundreds of people cycling in and out of there. You
McDonald's?
just
What
go
about
and-
McDonald's workers?
That's what I'm saying. Like those.
Fuck McDonald's workers. They can't
Like you
even
guys
order
are
right.
going and seeing the same 30 people, 50 people.
I don't even see like
That's not true though. So if our drivers go out, they're having contact with the outside public, they're coming in. We still got other people coming in to pick shit up. We got the delivery drivers that are bringing our
But are you guys
product.
going to see more people than the cashier at McDonald's per day?
Absolutely.
Absolutely
Probably.
not. Oops, sorry.
Hey, but
If
the
I
cashier at McDonald's ain't gonna get my order right.
Well, that's it. So if I'm at work and I'm in one building with 50 to 60 other people, and how many people have those people been in contact with? So a cashier at McDonald's, while that shit was going on, was just through a drive-through. And I'm not diminishing it, like they still deserve more.
No, they
But
can't get
those
my
people-
fucking order right.
Yeah, you order fucking an insane amount.
No,
But every person
absolutely.
that comes to that, like you
Exactly.
said, exactly.
But there's
there's
I'm
no
getting the same
average.
thing from me going there. If I hand them my card,
Yeah.
they're not changing their gloves every time they grab my
Yeah,
card.
healthcare is essential. Everybody knows that.
But the thing is that what people aren't understanding is those people are doing that, yes, but they're only worried about protecting themselves. So if you choose to come to McDonald's and use your car and swipe that card, that's your problem. They're protecting their employees by having gloves so that they don't, saying that they don't touch their face and everything like that. They're protecting their employees just like you should be protecting yourself. That's the issue. They're not trying to save you guys. They're trying to save their employees so they can make money. That's what I'm saying. Like it all comes down to people that are greedy. They want
Yeah,
to keep
that's
their
all.
business
That's
open
all
to make
about
money.
is making
You
money.
know what I mean? They're not worried about the customer. They're worried about their employee so they can come and
They're
work
not worried
every
about
day.
their employees either. They're worried about making fucking
Yeah.
money.
Exactly. But
So
the only way that they are more worried about their employees is they want their employees to come to work. If you're sick, you can't come to work.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to make sure that you don't get sick so that you
But
can come to
then,
work and make us money.
during the COVID, when you're sick, guess what? You can stay home. Don't worry about coming in. Stay home as long as you need. You're not going to get in trouble. You're not going to get a write-up. You're not going to get whatever. You know what I mean? Because we can't have you coming in and getting everybody else sick because if we have to
You
shut
get
down,
unemployment.
yeah, we have to shut down. We have to pay everybody unemployment, and we're fucking losing money. You know what I mean?
but only certain jobs think like that.
Man, it doesn't.
There's a lot of them.
Your job ain't worried about that. So
I mean,
that's why they're keeping you guys to work, because they're making money.
so the way I see it, okay, the way my job was set up, and there was a scare of people who we knew who had possible in contact with COVID, people close to us. And when I let my job know, they said, well, are you sick? I said, well, no, not that I know of, but I've been in close contact with somebody who may have been exposed to it.
Yeah.
You're fine, come to work. But everybody else at risk. Just come to
Well,
work.
I have the same
Yeah,
thing.
so they can make money. Yeah.
I have the same thing. You know, when down here, he came in close contact with it, and I discussed with my boss the situation, and it became a big deal. I had to have sit down. It was Skype and all that other shit. You know what I mean? But they sat me down, asked me all kinds of questions, whatever.
See, we didn't get.
But I wasn't sick. I didn't have no symptoms or nothing. But it was still kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I didn't get that. It was actually some off the wall shit. I'll tell you about that later. It just blew my mind. Like shady shit.
It's the same
But,
thing with me, you know how my work is.
Oh,
They
yeah.
sent me home, and I could have come back to work.
So, so everything was fine.
So yeah, to that one person, that was close to us. Fucking shit. You know what I mean? So
Ready?
it was a little bit closer to me. You know what I mean? So I couldn't go back to work until it was all done. You know what I mean? So that's a couple different situations. Different jobs. And it just comes down to that, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean-
it depends on how much you're. I know it's different for everybody. Everybody believes certain things, you know what I mean? But it kills people, regardless of what you think or what your people that you hang with or your party thinks. But it's a real thing and it kills people. Yeah, a lot of things kill people, but this is killing people by a lot, and it's something that could somewhat be avoided. But the fact of the matter is that's 3 different jobs, 3 different careers, 3 different whatevers that are handling it different. You know what I mean?
So what are your thoughts on the whole COVID thing right now? Are you guys
We're getting
thinking?
into that?
I mean,
All right, somebody wanted to talk about it.
we're kind of already there.
Okay. I think that it's a legit thing. There's a lot of people that think that it's either nothing, a hoax, it's not that big of a deal, and there is different ways you can look at it, you know what I mean? But it is killing people. When something kills somebody, it should be a big deal. Because
but-
they're pretty much saying like, okay, so the X amount, the survival rate is 98%. Okay, so pretty much what they're saying is, fuck you guys who died, we don't care about you, at least these people are alive. That's pretty much what it comes down to, and I get it that, if it's not killing a lot of people, that's better, but there's people still dying. You know what I mean? Is my thing.
I
You know what I
think,
mean? Well, the flu kills this much time. Yeah, you're right. And hopefully we can get to where that's not happening either. But if something can happen to prevent it, then they're going to do it, right? That's why they have medicines. That's why
Job
they have
one.
everything like that.
What is that?
He says.
Message restricted.
Maybe some bad words.
So I believe it's a real thing. If you don't want to be careful about it, that's fine. I'm not one of those people that say that you have to, or I'm gonna shove it down your throat, none of that shit. Because like you guys say, it's America, and we're free to do whatever we want to do. But we also take care of fellow Americans, and supposed to take care of our neighbors and our friends and our families. And if for a little while you have to be uncomfortable or whatever to protect you and yours and your community, just do it. You know what I mean? Like, you guys worry so much about freedom that you forget to worry about your fellow neighbor, your fellow friend, your family, your community. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about? You're talking about the mask wearing?
Just anything in general, lockdown, mask, whatever. The whole coronavirus thing.
See, I don't like the mask,
I don't like it.
but
Nobody likes it.
and that's it. Like at first I was like, fuck, I ain't wearing no mask.
Yeah.
But so if I go to a store and they say you can't come in here because you don't have a mask on, Why am I gonna flip out? That's their rules.
Yeah.
I mean, I never.
It's
fucking-
their freedom, just like it's your freedom to not wear a mask. You know?
I never got mad walking into a store and they're like, you can't wear fucking shoes or a shirt. You can't be in here.
Yeah.
I was never mad about that.
We were fighting about our freedom then, crying about our freedom then.
Yeah, like, so it's their choice to say either you can or you can't come in with it. You don't like it, don't go there. You have an issue with it, go somewhere else. Like,
So the people that do though and start throwing fitness stuff, kind of Karens. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well, yeah.
well, I
You
mean,
know, you're gonna have Karens everywhere.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You could choose not to go there. You know
true,
what I mean?
but just play devil's advocate. I've been so pissed off go all the way to the grocery store just to remember.
They have them.
Yeah,
or they
but
have them for sale for you.
that's it. They don't want you to go in there without one. But then, oh, well, we sell them in here. Well, then why can't I just grab my gallon of milk and be out?
Yeah.
Like, what's the difference? There's no difference there, right?
Yeah.
Whether I have to stand at the cashier and pay for a mask to put it on and go grab a gallon of milk, or if I just grab a gallon of milk and dip out,
All
what's
the
the difference?
places that I've been to that enforce that, I'll say, well, I don't have one. Okay, well, we have these ones for free. The next time, make sure you bring one. Every single time. Every single time.
I went.
So, you know what I mean?
I don't really want to wear it, but you know, I know people bitch about it, and it's understandable, and you know, I don't want to get sick or whatever. So I had to go get me a couple made, you know, because I don't want to walk around with them Target.
Yeah, make something out of it, you know? Everybody wants to wear the cool new belt or the cool new, you know, this and that. Make something out of it. Sport your customer gave Josie from the car wash, a Broncos one. I told him I want to see him wear it.
Weak.
Well, I thought he was a
Yeah.
fucking Saint man.
He's an anything fan. He's a
Yeah.
Jets fan, Saints fan, Niners fan, Raiders fan. But
I got some Scorpion Kill ones.
yeah, you know what I mean? You
But,
can get anything. They got any kind of sports. They got weed leaf ones. They got Weatherberg ones. They got
my mother-in-law got some, $2 a piece.
You
You
know?
guys interested?
Hit 'em up.
Hit us up. You know, everything just goes back to getting more fabric to make more. I think.
What are your thoughts here, Jesus?
Oh, I don't know, dude. I think whatever it is, it's crazy, but I don't like that it's become some political
Exactly.
agenda.
Absolutely.
It's
That's
like
it.
a weapon, you know,
Mhm.
and who knows what's real and what's not because everyone's saying something different, so you just gotta dig and make
Yeah,
up your
like-
own choice, I guess.
The internet?
WBS Studio.
I think we're still going.
Yeah, we live. We live. But anyways, like I'm saying, they didn't have a proper way to test for it. Now they got a proper way to test for it. So now it's able to show up when they do a test. You know what I mean? Because they're going to test you for the flu, and it comes out negative, and you got the coronavirus. But they didn't have a way to see, you know, that it was coronavirus.
You're absolutely right, and I agree with that. It's been around for a long time, but you also got to think of then why did the death spike?
Because
You're right, it has been around.
I actually seen
hit at a
this.
certain
I
spot?
seen this on a post the other day, and the lady got up. She was some kind of government official. I don't know from where, but she got up and she was
You gotta
talking
say
about
because
it.
if it's a Republican, they might believe it. If it's a Democrat,
Well, I don't know. I don't pay attention
That's
to
the
politics.
kind,
like
well, that's the
that.
kind of stuff that you have to
But
say.
this lady, she got up there and she started talking, right? And the way she explained it is basically if somebody dies, whether it's a car accident, gets fucking murdered,
And they have corona.
or whatever it is, but they have coronavirus, they're calling it a coronavirus death.
Yeah, that's the truth.
So
Yeah.
that's why
Because the
I'm
hospitals
thinking,
get paid for each case.
yeah, I'm thinking that's why they're spiking.
See, and I would like to see some documents that say that because I have heard that argument. But who's to say that it doesn't come down as like, okay, this person died of a heart attack, but they also had coronavirus. So that's just to keep track of how many people had coronavirus. But people are misconstruing it as they're saying that they died specifically because of
But-
coronavirus.
No, that's what they
How do
say.
you know?
They
Have
say
you guys
it's
seen-
how-
Have you guys
coronavirus.
seen all these logs of it saying that this person died of coronavirus? You know, you
That
can't
wouldn't
prove
match
shit
the
like
facts.
that. You can't prove shit like that.
That wouldn't match
Unless
the
you can
facts.
go, what do you mean?
If you had a heart attack and then you test positive for coronavirus, they mark down that you had it.
Yeah.
So we're what?
Well, no, they marked down that it's a death of coronavirus,
Yeah.
not the heart attack.
But that's what I'm saying is there's no proof of that.
There's
I
no
gotta
proof that it's
find it
not.
for you. Can't
And
do
I'm
it
just
now.
saying that if okay, so for a good example, this might open up a whole other case of worms, but George Floyd, they said that he had drugs in the system and that he had underlying conditions.
They also said he had coronavirus.
Yeah, but he got murdered. But they're saying that it's because of these reasons. So it's the same thing. So when people die, they have multiple things. You know, they pretty much do an autopsy and they be like, oh, this person's heart is bad. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. You might die from a heart attack, but you had coronavirus. So they're just telling you that. But a lot of people might miscrew it as, like I said, if people actually have logs of the hospitals that say that, you know what I mean, or actual proof that people are just doing it to make money, then let's see it. You know what I mean? You can't just sit there and say that they're saying that.
Well, I mean, I don't have the facts on me. but
Nobody does.
I can
Yeah,
show
I
you
mean,
some.
What? Do you trust what your government tells you?
I don't trust what anybody tells me.
Well, fuck you.
You know what I mean?
I tell you shit all the time.
I know, and I believe most of it except for when you can fight a Kodiak bear.
First, that's
Or
fucking.
that I was falling.
You okay? So we're gonna go right back to
But
this.
that's just my main thing is people are gonna believe what they want to believe. Everybody's a sheep in some kind of way. Hopefully you're less than others, but you know what I mean. You just gotta think for yourself, and you know that's what I was saying when you said, "Oh, I seen this lady say this." You know what I mean? If they're this or that, or they're this color, or they're not, or they're red or they're blue, or they're Republican or they're Democrat, you know what I mean? If it's coming from the opposite, you're not gonna believe it. You're gonna try to not support that.
But how do you get your? How do you
And
get,
it's the same opposite.
how are you
know
gonna
what I
get
mean?
your own correct facts? You know what I'm saying?
Doing your own, you know what I mean? Doing
But
your own
that's
research.
it. You're gonna get
And-
research from one side or from the other.
Yeah.
No, because when you watch news outlets from other countries, they report on the United States how they want to, because they don't have no bias. They just report actually what's happening. I seen a post a while back that said, I missed this time, this news host. Because he used to come on, he used to tell you what was written in front of him, what was the actual news going on. He didn't have no bias, he didn't have no affiliations. He just came out and whatever was happening in his town or whatever, he would say that, and that was it. He wouldn't give opinions, nothing. That's what we need back. And that's what other countries do to our news, is they just report what they see,
Kinda.
what they see from the outside looking
Kinda.
in. You know what I mean?
It depends.
Yeah, kind of. But you watch that, you watch this side, that side, and you just, what people forgot to do is think with their heart, their mind,
Well, no,
compassion.
It's easier to listen to what someone says and say, okay, I'll take that. Because everybody's attention span is so goddamn small. So I listen to Republican radio, podcast type. I listen to Democrat. I listen to conservative radio. I draw my own conclusions from listening to all different types.
Yeah.
And I mean, 99% of them are probably wrong, but that's my conclusion.
Yeah. But then you can dissect it and you know, and be like,
Yeah, 'cause I
"Okay,
mean-
so this is kind of similar. They just have, you know, this 50% of it is similar, but they have different views.
Yeah, because
You-
throughout all of it, you're going to get some kind of truth. It just depends on fucking which one it is for right now.
But, I mean, that's really something that's a whole other level
So
of
we'll
talking. And,
touch a little bit on the coronavirus. I think we'll get into it a little more every week. We'll touch on it a little bit.
yeah,
I mean,
certain topics are going to take.
I think next week we touch down on the what do we feel about the schools reopening and
Yeah.
all this type thing, because that's a whole new game plan.
We should talk about one, bro.
Last, I say we should end up on that one. The murder of Vanessa. What was the last name? I can't really. Guillen?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, Vanessa Guillen. I'm sorry if I butchered that one. That's just ridiculous. It's sad. It's ridiculous.
Unacceptable. Unbelievable.
It really is unbelievable. Like, people really are just that fucking crazy. Like, it could have been anybody, anything. I mean, people are just sick, bro. Like,
The crazy thing
It
is,
could have been
when they were looking for her body, they found another body.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's the crazy thing.
See, I
What's
didn't-
really going on out there? What's really going on in Florida?
well, no, they found her body farther out of there. It wasn't on the base.
But
Yeah, but it was within
another-
the
yeah,
area.
It's within the area. There's
Yeah.
another soldier.
It's close by.
Yeah. So the thing that's getting me, like, I get that from the evidence that they have, that the punk ass dude's girlfriend wasn't actually a part of the murder.
But she was taken.
But she tried to help him conceal the body.
Yeah.
And they're saying that the
Years
max
is-
she could face is 20 years. Like, for tampering with evidence, you're trying to hide a whole body. That's just not tampering with evidence.
From what
You
I
try to
see on-
dismember
yeah.
and burn it.
From what I see on First 48 is, if you try to help him get rid of the body,
You're an accessory.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Huh.
She might, I think that might play into snitching. You know what I mean? She might be snitching on what she knows to get her life sentences. But yeah, it should be across the board. If you help somebody get rid of somebody's body, you are just as guilty whether you pulled the trigger, stabbed them, choked them, whatever.
So are we believing it? Are we believing that that's the story that actually happened? Because from what I read from the New York Times, just so we're clear on that one, I read that she had been sexually harassed previously while on base. That this dude, hold on, I wrote down his name, Aaron Robinson, said that he ended up murdering her, hitting her in the head with a hammer, like multiple times. Like, and then he supposedly, when the cops came at him, he offed himself right in front of the cops. Like, are we believing that the girlfriend had no part in that? Was it possibly the girlfriend's jealous rage because he wanted this other girl?
So you think,
I mean, if that's the
you
case-
thinking that the woman killed her?
What I personally believe was that the woman had more to do with it than just
Than what
saying,
we're hearing and shit.
yeah, than just saying, oh, well, he told me about it, and I was gonna help him move the body.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she had more of a part in that.
Usually.
Possibly.
I kind of think, like,
Is that the same guy that she accused of sexually assaulting her?
I
Or
don't
was it
know.
just a
I
woman
don't
who-
know. I didn't read that part of it.
All she was saying was her higher ups. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She didn't
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this guy was. I don't know what he was to her. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's
I don't know if he was
what I was
higher.
reading was that she had finished her thing in the armory that she was working, and she took her stuff to the armory he was working in and compared serial numbers or something like that. But they still found all of her stuff in her armory.
Yeah.
Her name tags, her ID badges, her fucking room key or room badge, whatever it's called. Like, all that was still found in her armory. Don't they have cameras?
I'm sure.
Shit. And then I was reading that a couple other soldiers had seen him pushing out a big box that was on wheels that looked like it was heavy. And he was wheeling it to his car.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I just one thing that I don't understand, trying to figure out. Everybody, with this George Floyd situation, everybody was all about the Black Lives Matter and shit, and nobody's even talking about this. I mean, it's getting talked about a little bit,
Not nearly.
but why isn't everybody out protesting? Why isn't everybody out? Why isn't anybody talking about this as much as we were hearing about George Floyd?
I'll tell you two things.
Why were we not hearing about the kids in cages as much as we've heard about that?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why right now. It's because the most well-known disagreement to divide the country or divide people in general is black versus white. Yes, we have dealt with the same thing as being Latinos or any other kind of race other than black and white, we deal with the same racism for most people. But that's the one-on-one, you know what I mean? Is the black versus white. And that's why it's so popular. It's always been so popular, especially in the United States. That's why we're not hearing about it too much. Also, I feel like it has to do with the military.
I mean, the military's gonna keep
You're
as
right.
much rap
She
on
was
as
Latina
possible.
and the guy was black. They were both Americans to me. You know what I mean? And that's another problem with the country is it's black Mexican women killed by a black man, or white person killed by a black man, or black man killed by a white person. It should just be this person was murdered by this person. That's how it should be. You know what I mean? But I think it has to do with the military. I'm not saying all military is bad, but I feel like people with authority or power abuse it quite often. And I feel like it has more to do of not covering it up because she was a Mexican or whatever. It was just covering it up because it was military, to a point. You know what I mean? You're right. But there has been marches for her, from Rasa, from
Yeah, but
blacks, whites, everybody.
why are we hearing about it like we heard about this other stuff?
Because we're not rioting.
I think that's immediate.
All
It
yeah,
doesn't fit
all
their
of our
agenda
marching
or
and everything,
whatever
and
they're
this has
doing.
been this way since the father Cesar Chavez started his. You know what I mean? It's non-violent. It's non, disruptive. It's peaceful protesting. That's how you get your point across. You know what I mean? And that's how it
But not
should
really.
stay.
Like, people protested for the kids in cages and the families being torn apart, and I did absolutely nothing.
But if we were to riot, would that change anything?
No, you
It's
would
'cause
get.
it's too strong. It's too strong. Their beliefs that anybody that comes here should be in cages or that it doesn't belong here, or you know what I mean. It's too strong.
It's
You know what I mean?
it's pure racism down to its core.
Yeah, but it's also laws. You know what I mean? This laws. You
But
know
that's
what
it.
I
Like,
mean?
how can
So if they're not talking about that because it's a law, but this person did what he was doing protecting the law, it all has to do with the law. The law comes before anything, or whatever. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where the issue comes into play.
shit's all sideways?
It's always been.
R.I.P. Vanessa,
Yep.
uh,
George Floyd.
George Floyd.
Anybody who's been killed,
I
really.
mean,
But when it happens to from somebody that's supposed to be protecting you, that
that's
you should be able to
ridiculous.
call when you need help or this and that, that's when it becomes an issue. Whether you're black, white, Asian, short, tall, fat, skinny,
Bro, can
tweaker.
we just switch the
Which guy?
topics just one little hair off to the side? Anybody else getting fucking like thoroughly pissed with all this shit going on, like the cornmen, fucking they're all getting jumped and beat.
It's
Absolutely.
It's like what? Is this real challenge right now?
I think honestly, I think it's a race war getting ready to pop off. Like it's gonna get bad.
Which is sad because, like you said at the beginning of the previous topic, we march with you, we do that, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because we're all minorities, but you don't want to show us love. And that just goes to show, but it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Because these guys are just, most of them are old, they're hardworking, you know what I mean? Whether you think it's
Like
hardworking,
straight senior
but they're
citizens.
making money. But that's not even, I don't even want to call it a race war, even though it is. This seems to be the videos are that way, but there's white kids doing that. There's probably even Mexicans or any kind of race doing that. They're just young punk kids. You know what I mean?
It's a
You remember growing-
generation.
Yeah, you remember growing up when people, the OGs would be like, or old people would be like, those punk kids. You know what I mean? Those punk kids. We were those punk kids. But
Yeah, but we have
were-
respect back
Yeah,
then.
we wasn't these kind of punk kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So now that
no.
we're older, we can sit here and be like, it's just those punk kids, dude. It's what they do. You know what I mean? And it's sad. And
But it's
disgusting.
different. Like, I mean, it's different from a generation of fucking knocking and running to fucking knocking someone out.
Mhm.
Like, bro, if you want to go
Because you
get
don't want to pay $2 for a corn.
yeah,
Or you're
like,
supposedly a hustler out on the street.
well,
making
no,
money.
they're not even taking corn. They're just robbing them, like beating them and
Yeah.
robbing them.
I seen the one where they ordered all this stuff and it was like, it's all good up.
That shit's just getting ridiculous. I mean, eventually someone's gonna run up on the wrong one. There's gonna be an issue. It's gonna be an altercation. Someone's gonna die, and then that's gonna spark a whole new thing.
That's why, like I said, it's it's a race sport, you know, building up.
Yeah, and it's over stupidity. Like, there ain't no need for that.
Yeah.
As crazy as shit is right now, like, what are you getting going to beating up a senior citizen? Absolutely nothing. It's just chump shit. How you feel, Mac?
Feel good. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I have been out of all of that loop. There's just been so much, so it's hard to. It gets exhausting.
I feel you. I feel you.
Well,
So we got a little heavy there. I said we bring it back. Get something a little lighthearted. Grizza, the Music Man.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about that. How'd you get into it? What do you do?
I just got into it because I went to college for it. So I finished that up and then just interned at a music studio for a couple months and came back and haven't really done anything else with it except make my
Except
own
for my
projects.
sick ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's cool though. I mean,
What's your SoundCloud?
Mac Drizza, MackDrizza.
you got a YouTube page?
Yep, all the same name. Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff.
Fan only.
We'll put it in.
OnlyFans.
We'll put all his links in the description. You know, you guys want to go check his stuff out. You know,
Peep Drizza, Peep Jesus.
give him a try.
Yeah, buddy.
Check his shit out. Coming soon. We'll be doing an intro
Yeah.
if he feels like it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Also, check out some more songs by me, track should I say, by me, produced by Drizza right here.
Yes, sir.
So you're the only one? Or two?
We got about 3 of them making right now. I
Yeah,
got 2
they're
songs
making,
and we
Yeah,
got 3
maybe
of
we
them
can't check them
You're
out.
gonna tell the people to check something the same day.
Oh.
So what'd you think? What'd you think your first time, man?
I like this, dude. This is dope.
Well,
This is really cool.
You gonna be back?
I'm gonna be back. We're gonna be back with some more stuff though. Like I got
Let's
some
put it this way.
boxes.
Let's put it this way. He's gonna put you in touch with his bullet. You guys gotta figure out some kind of. We'll give you a couple ideas of what we want in the intro.
Oh yeah,
That's
intros.
cool.
Yeah. For sure.
But you and other dude can't come on the show until you guys bring him.
Alright, I'm down.
Maybe we'll do a double guest.
Well, I just make the beat, so
Yeah.
I mean, you guys
Shoot
gotta
it.
make the rhyme. So
Well, no. John P., get your shit together.
this
We're gonna call on you.
is it.
Fucking drop something on us. See what you got.
Yeah.
And how we feeling about that one right there, gentlemen?
What you guys doing this weekend before we're out?
about
It's
to,
fight night.
You got any
we
crazy
get the
plans?
fights tomorrow. I think you guys will come over. You come through if you want.
Alright, for
I
sure.
don't know. You're really kicking with the fellas.
I'm not about to.
No,
And
I'm
you
a
don't
video
even-
game nerd.
And he don't
dude.
even got a girlfriend. It's crazy.
No.
He's like Bug minus the girlfriend.
Video game.
Worry about what he's doing.
He needs them.
Nah.
Yeah,
And Sunday we're going to Tahoe disc golf.
Hell
Meet us
yeah.
out there, Zephyr's Cove.
Last time he disc golf, he
8:30.
fell down a hill.
True.
Yeah, that wasn't the last time.
That's what you was all cut up. wasn't it?
That shit fucked me up. I was up to my
Uh,
chest with blackberry bushes. It was.
and he thinks he can take on a giraffe.
Exactly.
What does giraffes have to do with blackberry bushes? You guys are just thinking way too into it.
I mean, from what you kept saying, Tom pushed you. I
It was around there.
The wind
It was
pushed him.
something about
mean,
that.
out of here, kid.
Just want to apologize about the
Mishaps.
mishaps. You know, we're still new.
We're still starting.
I'm learning all this shit
This is episode 2.
as we go.
We'll get there.
I mean, we do this all the time when we get together and talk and everything, you know, and people started saying, hey, you guys should
That's
record it, you guys should do this, this, and that. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, listen to us talk, joke around, talk shit, you know what I mean?
We do have a backup recording of this one. So if it didn't work, put everything together, put that out, so it flows all as one.
we'll get it figured out. We'll get it worked out.
Exactly. All right, fellas. I feel
Alright,
like
dude.
that's
Shout out to everybody that watched.
thank you guys for joining us tonight. Could at least gave Drizzle one.
Yeah, just
You
that
know,
whole
always
one,
tap
you know,
it.
just being honest.
So thank you again. Next Friday, be back, be ready.
Have a good weekend.
Back better than ever.
Yes, sir.
Salute.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out, man.
It's dope,
First
dude.
guess, bro.
Yeah, bro.
First guess.
History in the making.